Hi, welcome back to another episode of mfosasembangkopi. This is a special one. It's about we are doing it on video, so you'll probably be seeing this. Some of you will probably be seeing this on YouTube. Definitely, there will be one on Spotify. So I know if it works, and then we'll probably have more yang ada video punya session in the future shows lah, future talks and whatever not. So this will be like the first episode for after quite a while, and this will be the first episode after my recent competition. So that explains kenapa lama sangat tak ada mfosasembangkopi. So I've been a bit occupied, a bit busy dengan preparing for the competition. Well, some people might say orang lain pun sibuk competition juga kan, but for us and for me personally, when the competition ni, it's a national level competition, and it's not like we have the resources untuk ada a team to support you. Macam in reality, some people do actually have like a big team, especially kalau your company besar, or if you're like a roastery, you have your own roaster, you ada apa semua. But here at Noise kat Grey Matter, it's just like we are like a very small team. Myself, my partner, and then our two colleagues. So you need to juggle between your normal daily operation work and then your training lagi. So that was a bit challenging lah. All of this actually started for this competition per se started in November, but the idea of getting into the competition actually started way before that. That was about in April. So technically it's about macam 1 tahun preparing for the competition. Not exactly macam prepare the competition per se, but as you know, macam I entered the press punya competition, origami punya competition. There were like a few local competitions juga dekat Brunei. We had the PCA also. I've been entering all those competitions just to see where I am as a brewer. Sebab even though I started brewing probably back in 2012 dulu, but I've not been doing it regularly only until early last year ataupun late the year before. So orang kata a bit rusty lah, even though you understand, but like it or not, doing every day, experiencing it every day, makes you a better brewer, especially dengan the things that have been improving, changing, the different beans, the different brewers, the different paper and whatever not. Going for competitions like this, you get to meet a lot of other brewers that can actually share with you their experiences, dia orang punya skill, dia orang punya technique, apart from either sharing your own observation. Macam for example, I'm a switch. This is actually my brewer untuk competition. So I'm a switch punya brewer. So V60 brewer. So I am not that exposed to the other brewing punya equipment, UFO ke, Solo, or like an Oria V4. So when you go to competitions like this, you get to see people using the other brewers, and you can see the differences in terms of the technique, the grind size, their consideration, kenapa the same beans but approach differently, how would it taste like. So that expands your understanding dengan your knowledge lah about brewing per se. How can you continue to pour and continue to create good cups, because there's no such thing as the perfect cup. The perfect cup will be the cup that you enjoy lah. But one perfect cup that everyone enjoys, I thought that can be a bit difficult. So that was that, and but from November, we started, after when the registration was open, we started to start looking for beans, sourcing out kat mana where we can get a roaster. And naturally, we are quite happy. I'm quite happy sebab we've been close with Cloud for many years, and they were happy to help out, and we had a cupping with them, and in January chose the beans. So basically, like the main work for the competition started in January, and that was also the time that you start to think about apa brewer nak pakai, potentially your framework for your recipe. And a bit about what's the concept that you want to bring. for the competition lah. And so both of all that things, especially after the bean has been confirmed, has been finalized, which I think we did quite I think just before puasa, because we had like a few roast profiles came in, testing it out, finding bila the peak days for the beans, and Sam helped out as we really nail into the best roast that we could find, and how it should be brewed. So that was it. And then after that dengan puasa, so we had to do we had to readjust. I had to readjust how training was sampai raya, and then you start getting more intense until the competition day lah. But that's only the open service side. There's also the compulsory service side, which is basically quite an eye opener bagi for a lot of people, including myself, even though I know there is a compulsory side. The fact that it is one of those not advertised sangat, less interesting because there's no presentation to it, but it is one of the more technical challenging ones sebab it really tests your ability as a brewer. Same paper, same water, same brewer, same grinder, same coffee, and then you have to brew it. I know in terms of the cup that was produced, alhamdulillah, it was actually quite a relatively good cup. It was somewhere not super duper tinggi, but then not so I would probably I can probably safely say it was like maybe slightly bawah good, above average. So not bad in terms of the overall rank, but unfortunately due to my own mistake, I had to be DQ'd. There was a technical error, which I learned, and I am very sure I'm not going to make that mistake again. But it was a challenging thing lah, because satu macam you thought that you've already prepared enough for compulsory, but when you look at the other competitors, and respect to everyone that was there, their dedication and their punya attention to detail. There was one guy that brought in a sieve from the roastery, and I was like, bawa a sieve, and I'm like, mind blown. And then there was another guy from a different round, so that was first round, and then we were like second round, I'm on the third round. There was this guy like macam, okay, hold my coffee. He brought in not one sieve, he brought in 3 sieves. So you have like a huge one yang besar macam nak rebus nasi lemak or nak kukus kind of a thing, that huge punya sieve. And then he had like a smaller one, like the ayak tepung size sieve. And then he also has like the desktop version of the fellow sieve too. So you have like 3 different sieves, and I'm like, the kind of equipment. I also saw someone brought in like an FM grinder, the same one that George Pang used. I'm not sure berapa besar dia punya ber, but the kind of effort and attention that people put for dia orang punya competition is like, and I know I wish I could bring more. The blame is all on me. I'm not giving the distance or logistics as an excuse, but it does put you in perspective. The kind of things that you really need to prepare when you want to compete. So that's that lah in terms of competition. Was I happy with the results? No, of course not. Especially when you heard the comments from the judges, when you read you kata that the coffee did not land. There's no one else to blame but yourself. Sebab you are the one that brewed the coffee. You cannot blame anyone else. So it was all that fault falls on me. How much that I thought I've already prepared, meaning there are still a lot of things that I need to do. But I'm happy to the fact that it was an experience that not many people can say that they have. Memang you can watch before the competition. I think I have watched so many of the brewer punya cup competition, 2025, 2020, 2024, 2023. If I've even watched back until yang the time daripada zaman Tetsu, daripada zaman Chat Wang, you've gone back to even that time to watch, but it is never the same as actually standing behind that bar doing it yourself. So it is totally different. So thank you to Barista Guild, the organisation team dekat Malaysian Open for that opportunity for having this kind of competition, because not all countries actually have an open competition, national level competition, and knowing that actually anyone can enter regardless of whether you're Malaysian ataupun tak. So that's really a good thing to help alleviate your skills lah, and push you to become a better brewer. And talking about brewing, I was just brewing this earlier. Beautiful coffee from my friend Ivan di Singapore. It is a Finca Sofia Geisha. Slightly thinner than what I would like, but still a beautiful cup, tea-like finish. Beautiful florals dengan some citric. I think you could, I would call me biased, but I feel a bit like macam clementine, limau Cina punya sweetness when the cup cools down. And I was brewing it with the Oriazi 1, 13 grams, 4 pulses, 50 grams each, 45 seconds each pulse. I would probably have, maybe I should have grind it slightly finer, but still a good cup. So that's that. But before I end, one thing that I just like to call everyone, BBTC happening 6th of June 2026, our first ever national level team barista selection. We are doing it, well, the Brunei Coffee Collective is doing it as similar as possible macam mana how the competition will be done at the regional level. So who has not, any teams that are interested to join, please do. It is the most prestigious regional coffee competition that that we can enter dekat Brunei at the moment. Selagi mana we have not done our proper due diligence to do like a national brewing ataupun national latte art ataupun national barista, so we don't really have we don't have a lot of top level, high level competitions to enter. This will be one of it. So please join kalau ada kesempatan, if you are able to do so financially, time or whatever. But if not, please come. Check out their IG for details for the final location. At the moment, will be at Regal Blue, somewhere near Sungai Hancing. But the place might change depending on a few other factors. But please take your time and check it out. And if you have a team, do consider joining, because I being an ABTC alumni, it is one of the most exciting, the most challenging team and most unique team barista competitions available in our region. So please do consider joining, and I hope to see you there at Regal Blue on the 6th of June. So that's that for this episode of mfosasembangkopi. This is as raw as it gets. Probably there's no cuts, no anything, except for one sebab ada bateri habis tadi. But apart from that, I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye.